Hey, Ollie here. This is going to be a quick-ish video on giving your AIs a place to pull customer support context and knowledge and previous examples when you're trying to speed up your customer support process. I know a lot of companies have some quite easy tickets to deal with, like how can I reset my password, can I cancel my account, that kind of thing. If you're anything like the example company we're going to be using today, there's actually a lot of different questions which come in, and a lot of them are to do with their specific setup. So the example we're using today is a software product that sits on Shopify, so e-commerce, and there's a lot of technical questions which come in which are very nuanced, and there's a big feature set to take into account. So what I'm going to do today is show you how to set up a space to pull context just for the task of customer support. I'm going to be using contextlink.ai today, which is just a way to connect all of your knowledge spaces. So that could be like branded ones like Google or Basecamp, or it could be something a bit more generic like websites. So your website, in this example, we're going to connect just the docs site, just the docs part of the website, and we're also going to connect the customer support inbox. And then we're going to make those two sources priorities when pulling in context for the AIs. So I'm just going to jump into the example account now, and I've already set up a customer support mode. So if you click this little plus button, it will let you add another mode. I've already added customer support list, so let's not worry about that. And then if we go down, we can see what we've already got connected. The actual brand's website, so pre-product, our Notion, some Google Docs, some random files. So what I want to do is connect the pre-product docs part of the website, so just the docs, not all our marketing, nothing like that. And I also want to connect just the customer support inbox. So let's do that now. And that's already saved. Cool. We're on Zoho, so we'll click connect. That'll load folders, and I don't want inbox, I want customer emails, and that's just a folder that we put emails into, we being pre-product, which is the other company that I run. So we'll get that syncing in the background, and then the other thing we want to do is click website, and instead of just leaving it preproduct.io, what we're going to do is put a /docs in as well. So as you can see, that's already starting to sync up, and we can see the emails going through there. Great, and that is as well. And then if we click here, we can just see a list of what's coming in. So click view. You'll see you get these email threads, and it's in a kind of format that the AIs can understand. You get a thread summary, and then more importantly, you get some annotation around each message in the thread. So for example, messenger kind, customer question, authority level low. And then we go down here, authority level high, yeah, because that will be a response coming from us. So yeah, those are our two sources we're going to play with today, and mostly we use context link for marketing, and that's what we use in the default mode. I'm going to swap it to this customer support mode, and then I'm going to dial all this weighting of these other sources down. I think I've mostly done that already. Yeah, and I'll put these way up, max and maybe high. Let's get these real down. Cool. So when we pull in context, when we're talking to our AIs, these are going to be the two main sources we pull from. A docs website, which is exactly what we want, is that there's no marketing fluff there, there's no anecdotes, it's how the product works, how the features work, real life examples, documentation. Great. And then here, that's the other side of it. That's just previous email threads between us and customers, and we're going to pull that in as well. So that's connecting sources, and now I'm going to show you how to actually pull that context in when you're answering customer support. So I'm going to use Claude today, but I'll show you there's a couple of different options depending on which AIs you use. And the nice thing about context link is you can swap between them, let's say improve and change performance. You can still use the same context link account. So yep, it's ChatGPT, and we've got a connector. You can also use OpenAI's codex. You can just use the plain old link. You just paste it into the browser and click enter, or just give it to your AI to visit. What we're going to do is use Claude. So I'll just get this context, and what that's going to do is it's going to generate a specific skill file for me with my pin code in, as well as the fact that I've got that customer support mode and a default mode. So let's go to Claude and go to customize, chat. I love co-work, and we've got some videos coming out on that soon, but for this we'll just go chat and then skills, and then create skill, upload a skill, and just drag that in. Great. And that has all come through. I can see, yeah, it's showing a mode customer support. Great, so now we are all set up to start using that context when we're answering customer support with Claude. So let's have a go at that now. So I've just created a pre-product / customer support project, and I'm just going to click into instructions, and I just generated this actually using Claude as well, but the important bits are just saying that I want to copy a customer support request into here, and I want it to get context using the skill that we just added. So get context, I mean, I've just got a couple of rules about the kind of query I want it to send to pre-product. So basically it would follow like the problem, and then a couple of the kind of circumstantial bits that pop out. And then I've also asked it to just return a reply, and also include some sources down below, some citations. So let's click save instructions, and yeah, let's not worry about any preamble. I'll just paste in this customer support request, and it's about bundles. So on Shopify, bundles don't always play well with certain types of pre-order, so I've got it to kind of, hopefully it'll pull that out, send that to context link, retrieving context from bundle app pre-orders not added to cart. Okay, that sounds promising, and hopefully it will get that knowledge as well as its vast amount of training data. So we're giving it the specific kind of company knowledge that we know. I bet it's going to use all of its training data as well. I bet it might even search the internet too. So hopefully between those three, like very broad, very narrow areas of context, we can get a good reply. And here's my suggested draft reply. Thanks for the detailed explanation. That all makes sense. No limitation when using pre-product with third-party bundle apps. Yeah, unfortunately pre-product won't know about the bundles created by a third-party app. That's very true. It's included a link, which is okay, but that's good up there. That's very specific. Then we've got some sources, a past thread. Great, so that's past email thread, caching bundles, pre-product compatibility, past support thread, lovely. I love that it's put the customer's name there, so we might have to try and handle that our end. Could you please share the name of your bundle app you're using and link to one of the bundle pages? I'd like to take a closer look. Yep, that's pretty good. So an actual action. Maybe changes are tweaking that instruction prompt to make it a little bit shorter. I found out even if customers send you a really long reply, they appreciate shorter replies. And especially if you're asking them to do something, sometimes it can get a bit lost if it's in a big wall of text. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. Let's have a look at what sources it actually pulled in from context link. And let's make sure it... Great, yeah, so it did use that customer support mode. Brilliant. And you'll also notice it only pulled from email, which is great. Docs would have been fine too, but I don't think we have any docs and bundles, so that makes sense. And here are the various threads it pulled from. Great. And if we just search bundle, yeah, that appears quite a few times. So throughout all our emails, it's pulled out the ones that mention bundles, and yeah, done a pretty great job. So that is how we're handling customer support with Context Link. I hope that was helpful, and if you do want to give Context Link a go, we have got $9 and $19 a month plans, and if you decide to go through the onboarding and don't choose a plan, we'll send you a free 7 days without putting your card down. Just comes through about 12 hours later, I believe. Cheers.